Hey everybody, welcome to Lesson 1 officially. I am glad that you're here for B483, and I just want to give you a couple of pieces of information that will help your first week of the course to go well. I just want to give you a warning, and I don't do this so that I can scare you away, because I'm hopeful that this information will help you to stick around and stick to it. This is a class that takes a fair amount of time. It is a 400 level class for a reason, and as you get used to the flow of the course, it is going to take a little bit of time to get used to it. If you haven't had a class before which does case studies, it takes a while to get used to reading a case study and then figuring out how to identify the most important pieces of information. Be sure that you look at every page of content in the iLearn curriculum. There's different things along the way that are there to help you to know what is expected, to know different things to consider and what you can talk about as you prepare your case write-ups and as you perform your discussion meetings on Google Hangouts on Air. Watch out for when the due dates are. The first week of the class, nothing is due until the end of the week, so Saturday night at midnight, but you got to watch out for your local time zone, so just pay attention for when things are due according to your own local time zone. That way you can not turn anything in late. I will take late work, but you will not get full credit. So there's a benefit to turning things in on time. Just a bit of warning, the case studies that we have, some of them are fictional, but a great many of them are real companies. And the case, while not totally identifiable, it does bear resemblance to things that are experienced by these real companies. And I want to give you a warning against Googling the company to figure out what they did. Just because they pursued a certain course of action doesn't mean that was the best outcome. And the real deal about this class is the analysis you perform to come up with your recommendations for the company. So in very few cases is my primary concern what course of action you prefer to take. In fact, I can only think of one off the top of my head. All the rest of the cases, all semester, I am more interested in your analysis and how you get to your recommendation and how you support your recommendation than I am specifically about what your recommendation is for the company. So one of the things that will be required of these cases, and all of them are set up so you can do this, you have to do some math. And to get full credit on an assignment, you need to show me your work. And the best way to do that is to embed part of your Excel worksheet in Microsoft Word so that I get it all in one place. You are able to attach two documents to an assignment, so if you need to attach Excel and Word when you write something up, that's fine. But I want to be able to see the main part of your work in Word, and then if you have Excel there, I might go look at it and see how you calculated things. So that's kind of a little bit on expectation for turning assignments in. So here is the rubric. This is basically what I do to look at a assignment, and I want to highlight a couple of things. So number one is this area right here, evidence. This is the part where I'm grading how well you did your math. So did you pull some numbers out of the case and out of some of the exhibits and figure out a way to use that data to support your decision? So if you do all of those things, then you're going to get 5 points for that particular thing. If you just kind of hint that you might have done some math, you're going to probably get points down here in the 3. Admittedly, I don't give 0 points a whole lot because everybody always does something. So don't worry about that. Analysis, this is the writing piece. And what I kind of do on this is, how well did you understand the case? So do you get what's going on in the case? And then the position is the therefore what. You've got this company in their situation, and your analysis as you look at the case itself should combine with your evidence to support a course of action, and that's what your position is. So again, I'm not generally concerned about what your specific position is, but I want it to be well thought out, and I want it to be supported by how you analyze the case and the evidence that you found in the case. The last piece is going to be mechanics, and if your writing is done well, you're going to get 5 points on that. You've got to just have a whole boatload of typos to do anything other than that. The other thing about mechanics is that's probably where I'll take off points for being late. That way you can see your actual point value on the other things. So no typos and turned in on time. That's basically how you get your 5 points on mechanics down here. I hope that's helpful. Now I'll give you a little bit about your first case. There are some video instructions in iLearn 3 from Brother Crawford. Brother Crawford is the on-campus instructor, so he teaches this class to the on-campus students, and he tells you how to analyze a case, and he shows you how to run the numbers for Dr. John's product. Don't take any shortcuts. The videos are broken into 3 pieces because he tells you how to do something and he says, go do it. It really makes a difference. When I first saw this case a couple of semesters ago, I did it how he asked me to do it, how he asks you to do it. So I watched the video, and then I made the Excel spreadsheet and I ran the numbers, and then I went to the next video and repeated, and it really makes a big difference. You're able to learn more about why you run the numbers as you do it that way. So this is a really great case to get your feet wet on. Now, in the get to know you discussion, try to find somebody you can work with as far as having a meeting time. You might just need one person just so you have somebody to discuss the case with. You do need to record a Google Hangout and share a link with me. A couple of weeks into the course, we will formalize groups once we know who's going to be in the class. Sometimes people add and sometimes people drop. So we will formalize groups in a couple of weeks. But for now, find 1, maybe 2 people to work with, and then later on I can help you get into a more formal group. So my video this time was a little long, but I want you to be prepared and know what to expect, and I want you to do well. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you again soon.